Alright everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Lexus IS200 rebuild. Today we have a couple of things to do. I went to the wreckers today and I got left-hand rear door seal. I also got the left-hand front indicator, which I've already put on. And I also went ahead and bought some wheel paint. So I want to spray paint these alloy rims black because I can't do chrome rims. Let me know in the comments if you agree with me. But I just can't do chrome or silver rims. I just hate it. The car does not look right. So once I black them out, boom, done. The roadworthy is booked for Tuesday, which is in 4 days. So I also went ahead and replaced the front wipers. So that's another thing ticked off the list. I was going to get a couple of other things from the wreckers, but they just wanted too much money. I was going to get a fuel cap. I was going to get a boot. I was going to get a bonnet, but they just wanted too much money, man. I was just like, nah, it's not worth it. I'd rather just paint those stuff myself. So yeah, that's about it for the updates. I will also picked up, I already had this polisher buffer thing, but I didn't have any pads. So I've got a pad now. I'm probably going to detail the vehicle and yeah, get going and send it. So if you guys have been following the series so far, you will know that the left-hand rear door seal has a rip in it. It's pretty obvious rip. So this is the reason why we have to replace it, because of this big rip here. So the roadworthy guy will probably can me for this rip. So I went ahead and got this new one, which looks way better condition. If you're having trouble with any door seals, you kind of just need to, because it's all pinch weld, you just go around and pinch all of it together like this, and then it'll have a better seal all around it. All right, that'll have to do. So it's a lot better now, this seal. So if it's falling off a bit, you just pinch them together, take it off, pinch it together. That is pretty normal. That's not a rip, because I know all the other corners have that. So that's not a rip. So that's all good. That's another job done in the bucket. Obviously I replaced this indicator assembly. Brand new wipers on there, which is great. Love that. So now I'm going to fully wash the car again. Actually, should I do the tires first? I think I'm going to do the tires. Obviously this seal is no longer good, so I can chuck that out. I'm going to do the tires. I'm going to take the spare out, do all the stuff in this back, and send it. Take this tire out, and this is a matched one. We have to pump that up. Some shit going on here, but this needs to be tied down. Gonna sand it down, clean it all up, get any dirt and debris off. So it's kind of the goal here. I'm using this, which is pretty rough, but it's more of a scouring sort of pad, just to sort of get off any rusty bits and in between here that you can't get really with one of these pads. All right, now that's done, we're going to use the wax grease remover. Pretty much douse this down, let it soak a little bit. Microfiber towel, get all in there. And basically just prep the surface. Probably want to do like 2-3 coats of this. will say, oh, I'm doing this wrong, whatever. This is just a quick way to do it. So first of all, we want to sand this down again, like the entire thing. Obviously just this bits, we're going to blank off the rest. But basically just want to get the main bits off that you're going to see. All right, then again, wax and grease remover. Douse that shit on, clean all that down. And it should be fairly clean because I cleaned all these when I did the rear pads anyway. It doesn't need to be perfect, but you just want to get most of the brake dust off. So that looks all right. Now we're going to use these two to tape everything up. So we don't want to tape, we want to tape everything but the actual caliper bracket, all right? Now, the better way to do this is to take it off the vehicle, but I can't be bothered, and it's not an expensive part, or it's not an expensive car. So yeah, I'm going to tape everything up around it, put a towel down so I don't spray the floor, and then done. All right, so this is what we're going for. Obviously only the caliper's really exposed, and then you want to block off the back bit. You can probably block it off from here back, but up to you. And then yeah, we're just going to put a blanket on the floor and we should be good to go. I'm going to put 2 coats of primer and then 2 coats of caliper paint, 1 coat of clear coat, all heat resistant stuff, all right? Super important to use heat resistant stuff. So I'll come back when that's all done. All right, so that's the caliper. I've done 2 coats of red on there. Nearly finished this. This is really good stuff. I actually really like this. So gonna wait 10 minutes now. I've also done the fronts. So the fronts look good, nice and red. And then we're gonna put 2 high temp layers of gloss, high temp clear coat gloss on these. And we're also gonna do the same thing for the tires. So these are pretty much ready to go. We're just gonna put 2 paints, 2 clear coats of them on them. While I'm here, I'll also tell you that the torque setting for stock alloy LS200s are about 103 Newton meters, which is pretty normal. So remember to always torque down your wheels. And you always want to do it in a star pattern. All right, so now I've obviously painted the caliper, clear coat on, taken the tape off. Now I've got the new tire, brand new secondhand. I also did get Mazzini tires put on yesterday. So that's another thing off the checklist for us. These are gonna go on. And the good combo I like about this is that it's black on red, which is obviously stands out a hell of a lot. Now this is still wet, so you don't really want to be touching the paint, but for the most part, like, you guys can do this at home. It's a pretty easy job to paint your rims and calipers. You just have to do a little bit of prep work and waiting between, for the paint to dry and stuff. Yeah, you can see, like, I haven't sprayed anywhere else, but maybe a tiny bit of the rotor, but basically the pad is not painted and the rest of the caliper's painted. So that's what you do, because a lot of people, they do paint their own calipers and they sort of don't really do enough taping off around the edges and stuff, which can make it look a bit shitty. So you have to sort of take your time. And you don't have to go red. I just think calipers look the best red, so. And as I said before, you want to torque these to 103 Newton meters. If you don't have a torque wrench, I'd recommend buying one, because torque wrenches are pretty essential. You don't want to stretch the bolts. I mean, a lot of people don't give a shit about this stuff, but I think, everything has a spec. Why not just go and get a torque wrench, and then you don't have to be, you know, oh, is it too tight? You just fucking chuck a torque wrench on there and you know it's perfect. To finish this off, we're gonna put some tire shine on it. I don't really like tire shine, but it's my last can. I do it on my friends and family's cars, but I don't really usually do it. But because this is going in for a roadworthy soon, why not? The red is hiding just behind there nicely. It's on the black rim. Same with this side. Red hides there. Nice glossy black rims. She looks pretty good, I reckon. I've just been given the orbital polisher a go. Just cleaning up some of these panels. I mean, we can't really do much, but I thought maybe I could get this out with the compound, Maguire's compound. But yeah, you can't fix what's broken. But pretty happy with this guard now that I've polished it up. It looks pretty mint. Does look different, but anyways, that's gonna be it. That's the Lexus IS200. Repainted the wheels, rims, new tires on the painted rims, painted calipers. That's gonna be it. Let me know if you wanna see specific stuff on the Lexus or any ideas on what I should do. Peace.